Hey, good evening. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Eastchester Board of Fire Commissioners. It is now 7 p.m. on Thursday, August 8th. I call this meeting to order. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, let's please stand to salute the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. We're going to move the adoption of minutes for July 9th, 11th, 23rd, and 31st to next month. We'd rather have a full board here when we do that. So that brings us to our treasury report. Jamie?
Okay, thank you. So our year-end audit is complete. The financial statements have been received. They are available in our office. They're available via FOIL, and they've also been posted to our website for anyone who's interested. Those are our 2023 financial statements. The item to talk about tonight is the upcoming budget. So, as you know, in September, we are required to adopt a proposed budget. I have asked for feedback from the board and from the chiefs, and I just want to go over tonight kind of where it's looking, and then see how the board wants to proceed. So, similar to last year, there's no carryover available for purposes of the tax cap. Based on the information that is available to date, we can increase the budget approximately 2.5%, or about $500,000, without exceeding the tax cap. But based on the factors that we're considering for next year, I would think we'll need to exceed the tax cap again for the upcoming budget. So the items to discuss are, as I've mentioned at the previous meetings, we do not have a contract for 2025 and forward. So right now, compensation and any additional benefits and anything like that is unknown at this time, which obviously will have an impact on the upcoming budget. I don't know, we'll estimate as best as we can for that reason, but that is one thing we've, just finishing up a 5-year contract. I know there's been some interest from the board in talking about potentially increasing membership next year by an additional 4 positions. So that is something we have to take into consideration. That alone would be looking at, close to a 3% increase to the budget once you factor in all of the, related benefits. Also, as we can see from this year, there are certain GL accounts where we were under budget for the year that we need to take that into consideration as we're going into next year. This would include our overtime, since we had some, kind of staffing changes in the beginning of the year, our hospital, because, as we know, that typically is going up anywhere from 10 to 20% per year. Unfortunately, that's just the way that it's been trending. Those are numbers that we don't get until well after we're through with the budget, so we won't know that in advance. Our insurance costs, our fuel and electric, terminal leave, it's a little bit harder to anticipate, but we did have probably more retirements this year than anticipated. I think we need to prepare for that for next year. So those are just like the general accounts that I think we need to be looking at for increases. The budget will include $500,000 for the Pierce Enforcer pumper that we've previously committed to purchase, that we expect to receive either late next year or early the following year. Other than that, the budget likely would not include any additional apparatus unless the board communicates otherwise. Additionally, with capital improvements, as of right now, there's nothing built into the budget for capital improvements. I know we're contemplating a Station 3, major renovation, which might involve bonding. So if that's the case, then there's really nothing we have to worry about for the budget at this point in time, because any of the costs to us or consultants or lawyers that will likely all get wrapped into the bond, and those are things we can we have room to support. But so those items, again, other than the pumper that we've already committed to, I'm not anticipating any additional funds being put into this year's budget unless I'm told otherwise. As far as our retirement system bill, which is typically like our third biggest cost after our compensation and our health care, we received our projection, or our estimate rather, for this year, so the amount that we'll pay in 2024. It did come in a little bit lower than what we budgeted for, which is good. It came in about $95,000 under. But we don't have the estimates yet for the rates for next year. So at this point in time, you know, we might be okay. We might not need much of an increase there, other than if we add the additional 4 positions, that will obviously come with increased retirement costs. I expect that information we should have hopefully before the September 12th meeting, and if not, we should definitely have it before the board would actually have to adopt a proposed budget. The date on that is September 24th. So that's the kind of the next date we have to keep in mind. September 12th is our meeting. If by that point in time we have enough information that the board's comfortable, the proposed budget could be adopted at that meeting. Otherwise, we have to do it by September 24th. And then I talked about the night shift premium rates already, and then the chiefs have mentioned transport van and a new vehicle for fire prevention, which would also get built into next year's budget. So with all that being said, depending on where the board lands on adding the additional 4 firefighter positions, I'm looking right now at somewhere between like a 7 to 10% increase going into next year. So, you know, it's up to the board, I guess, how you want to proceed for the September 12th meeting. We can go over in detail then, and the board can decide, or we can do a special meeting, whatever the board wants to do.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to try and set up a special meeting sometime between now and September 12th.
Okay.
And we can take this a little further, and hopefully we'll have more information on our end, especially with the contract with the union, to see if we're, you know, where we're going to be going, you know, for the next 5 years.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Jamie. Okay, that brings us to, I'm sorry.
Damn years going by so fast.
I know, it's October, it's going to be Halloween soon. Chief, thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. The monthly report for July 2024. Total alarms, 342. Fire-related were 5. EMS or rescue calls were 170, and we provided mutual aid to the city of New Rochelle and the fire district in Hartsdale. On Tuesday, August 6th, this past Tuesday night, Captain DiBattista and the members of Group 4 responded to a house that was struck by lightning, which caused a fire in the attic. They responded, confirmed the residents had evacuated the house, and proceeded to extinguish the fire. There was limited access to the attic, which made it difficult to stretch hose lines to the seat of the fire. The members quickly overcame this difficulty and did an outstanding job during unfavorable weather conditions of torrential rain, thunder, and lightning. I'd like to thank the Eastchester Police for their assistance at the scene, and to the members of EVAC, paramedics, and EMTs that transported one injured firefighter to Westchester Medical Center. I'd like to also thank the New Rochelle Fire Department for providing an engine and truck that provided mutual aid coverage in the fire district during the incident. I just want to say well done to all the members that were working Tuesday night, and keep up the good work. The 3 probationary firefighters graduated from the Career Fire Academy on Friday, July 19th. Last week, they were each assigned to a different group and began working their 24-hour tours on Engine 27 as a second firefighter. Vehicle and maintenance is being done in-house by part-time mechanic Hank Henniger, and Hank's report was emailed to the board on today. The new Tower Ladder 17 was placed in service and is responding out of the North End Firehouse. Tim Dalton's weekly maintenance reports were also emailed to the board today. Fire prevention and code enforcement activities continue with numerous plan reviews and inspections. Those reports were emailed to the board on Tuesday, August 6th. Currently, there are 3 members on long-term absence, and 1 member is assigned to a light-duty position and is working with ESONG on digitizing the fire prevention records. And finally, I request the board to close tonight's meeting with a moment of silence to honor the passing of longtime volunteer firefighter Frank O'Rourke Jr., who passed on Wednesday, August 7th. He was the father of our current lieutenant, Frank O'Rourke III. Frank O'Rourke Jr. joined the Eastchester Fire Patrol Company on March 13, 1958, and was issued Patrol Company Badge number 99. He transferred to the Waverly Engine Company, number 1, on December 12, 1963, and was issued Badge 1431. He was an active member of the Eastchester Fire Department for over 66 years, and there was a note attached to his personnel card stating that during the period from March 13, 1958 through September 7, 1990, he responded to over 3,800 alarms. So I just would ask the board to have a moment of silence in his memory.
Of course, Chief, thank you.
Thank you.
Without a doubt.
That brings us to Esau, please.
Commissioners, for community outreach on social media, July activity was 5 posts regarding a project that I'm starting, and Chief Tween and I have been discussing it to post a pamphlet on our website or create a handout for after the fire. Came up again for, after the incident with the fire, after the lightning strike. So it's something that I'm starting to work on, and hopefully to have that available to residents on the website, and also to provide what FEMA has already available for after the fire. And regarding our website and notices, ongoing updates to the website and review social media records, retention options, continuing to collaborate with Chief Tween on an updated annual report now versus the mid-year report. I just wanted to summarize more of the retirements and promotions that have been going on. So that will take place then by the end of the year, and we'll just have a good snapshot of the 2024. And I'm continuing to coordinate with Chief Tween. We actually went ahead and updated the phone auto attendant in response to weather events. So in the event of a weather emergency such as flooding, a prompt is now available that connects residents directly to dispatch. Regarding foils for July, we received 3 foil requests. Records management, still working on the records relocation based on previous conversations regarding Station 3. So just keeping that in mind should there be further renovations at the station. And then continuing to organize loose records, scanning projects, and onboarding the process, or our onboarding process for our probationary firefighters, and regular office tasks as needed. Thank you.
Thanks, Esau. It's too early to start talking about the election, right? I mean, it's going to be...
Yes, December 10th. So I'll start to announce everything in September, but should there be anything that comes up, I'll post it on the website too. And then, yes, if there's anyone interested in being an election inspector for this upcoming fire election, then they're welcome to reach out to me.
Got it.
Thanks.
Thanks, Esau.
Ethan, what would, someone asked me, what's the pay on that for the poll watch?
It's $100 per
For the-
every
yes.
3 hours.
Training.
It's like
They get
2 to
training.
5 and 5 to 8, I believe, is it?
Yeah, no, I know the hours, I just wanted to know what the,
$100.
okay,
Yeah.
all right,
But if you work both of them, you still get $100.
yeah.
Yeah, for our max.
Okay. That brings us to just a quick motion for the payment of bills. So I'll read this. Be it resolved that the Board of Fire Commissioners approves to pay the bills and vouchers as presented. The board has been supplied with 1 set of bills, 1 set of SCAR bills, and 1 credit card bill. Chief Tween has reviewed all prior to the meeting except certiorari claims and those specifically marked as reviewed by the treasurer. The treasurer has requested the board approve the following. Warrant number 18824 for $410,613.03. SCAR claims 2024 dated 8/18/24 for $10,729.80. And is that credit card bill the same as SCAR? Is that a typo? Same number here.
Yeah, you got the
Oh,
same.
sorry, so adding in, yeah, so that's, I added the line, the SCARS claims from the warrant, so that's a type of for scratching that out.
Which one goes?
I put the SCAR claims line, let's see here. Jamie is the second line. That looks right. Let me just double check that.
Didn't see it till now, my apologies.
No problem. So the credit is 318901. 318901. Thanks for catching that.
And the SCAR still,
Is the same.
And the SCARS, yeah, the SCARS bill is 10,729.80.
Okay, okay.
And so the total is now 4,400, 400 what now? 421 something? No, less, 417? Total still correct? Oh, the total is correct. Okay, so just the fact that the line item is incorrect, but the total is correct? Yes. Okay. So again, the treasurer has approved, has requested the board approve the following. So warrant number 1, 8824 for $410,613.03. SCAR claims 2024 dated 8/18/24 for $10,729.80. And a credit card bill dated 8/18/24 for $3,189.01 for a total of $424,531.84. I'll make a motion. I get a second.
Second.
I'll give it to Ranelone. I'll call the roll. Commissioner Lori?
Aye.
Commissioner Ranelone?
Aye.
Commissioner Carlo?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Great, thanks. So that brings us close to the end. Our next meeting will be September 12th, Thursday, of course, in Town Hall here. Any comments from Local 916? They're not here.
That's same time, 7 PM, right?
Yeah, 7 PM.
Okay.
Comments from the public? Nothing? You just came to watch us, Mike? Is that it? Okay, well, thank you for always being here. Any comments from the commissioners?
Just want to express my, I'm sorry.
No,
Paul.
We save him for last.
Okay. I just want to express my sincere sorrow to the O'Rourke family. Just want to say Frank O'Rourke was a good member, good standard gentleman. His father ran this town for many, many years, as well as the DPW. My sincere sympathy to his family and to young Lieutenant O'Rourke, and that name is well embedded in this town.
Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, in addition to also Mr. O'Rourke's passing, just a quick pass. I know a lot of you folks know a new Alex Bonsi, and he passed away about, I think, 2 weeks ago, give or take.
Who's that?
Alex Bonsi passed away,
Yes,
the
yes.
chief's brother. So I just wanted to make a quick note of that, and just, I know he's very well-liked in the community and did a lot of work with Tuckahoe schools and sports programs. So I just want to make a quick acknowledgement of Alex's passing and to his family.
Was that his father or his uncle who was a fireman?
His father was an Eastchester captain, I believe, or a firefighter.
No, yeah, he used to drive the
Firefighter.
hook and ladder in
Okay,
North End.
So
Yeah.
yeah, probably a firefighter.
That's all I have. I'll leave the Paul for
Okay. On July 19th, I attended the probationary firefighters graduation at Westchester Community College. A very nice event, and my best wishes to the 3 graduates from Eastchester who are now in group, and hopefully their career as firefighters will be as fruitful as mine was when I was on the job. Also on July 23rd, interviewed candidates for promotion to lieutenant and promotions to captain. On July 31st, interviewed candidates for probationary firefighter positions. And I also would like to mention the passing of Alex Bonsi and Frank O'Rourke. Those 2 individuals, between them combined, served the residents of Eastchester for over 100 years. Alex Bonsi was an Eastchester police officer for 40 years. He was also in my graduating class at Eastchester High School in 1972. Frank O'Rourke, Jr., who was a volunteer firefighter for over 66 years. And I remember Frank at one particular alarm on June 5th, 1976, a fully involved house fire on Dale Road. Fire was blowing out the front door and picture window, melting the aluminum siding of the house. I had pulled an 1.5-inch hose line from engine 28. Once it was charged, I opened up the nozzle and tried to advance the fire into the doorway. Frank came up behind me and said, "Come on, Paul, I've got your back." We knocked down the fire in the doorway and knocked it down in the living room. We had to back out because the heat and the smoke was too much for us. We didn't have air packs on at the time. We went in again, did the same, knocked it down again. We came out. At that time, Vinnie Spadaro, the late Vinnie Spadaro, took the line from us and went in and continued to knock down the fire on the first floor. And I will never forget that. I can picture it in my mind, even though it's been almost 50 years since that happened. I can remember it vividly. And that's it. Oh, and also one other
No,
thing.
yeah,
I
go
have.
on. Yeah, right, sure.
The 9/11 Mobile Memorial will be in Eastchester, September
23rd.
23rd and 24th, up at Lake Isle, and I encourage all the residents of the town, and even people who live beyond the borders of the town, to go and look at it. It is an unbelievable program that they have there. This trailer opens up to almost double its size, and it includes exhibits from the World Trade Center and from the firefighters who responded. And it's an amazing exhibit, and I encourage all the residents to please attend. And that's it.
Commissioner Randall, on the closing ceremony, do you want the veterans to come like they came last year?
I'm sure that the Rotary is running it, so I'm sure they're going to contact the,
Okay. Well,
Contact
no
us.
problem, I'm sure we will be there.
Yep.
If you need us.
Definitely.
Okay, on that note, I'm going to call for an adjournment, but prior to doing so, I have a minute of silence for Frank O'Rourke Jr. and for Alex Bonsi. Okay, that worked. And it is now 7:22 or 23. Again, I call for an adjournment. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye, thanks again for coming. Have a good night.
thank you.